it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today for another Top Tip Tuesday. For those of you who haven't joined me before, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and I try to bring you useful tips and some fun projects and some general just hanging out. So today is Tuesday, so it is Top Tip Tuesday day. And I am looking at mini dots. So mini dots are one of the numerous adhesives that we sell through Stampin' Up. They come on a roll and you get 300 dots on a roll. Now I do have a roll that's coming to the end, and some people have asked me how I set up my glue dots because you see I've got this piece of twine tied around it. I sometimes use twine, I sometimes use ribbon. Ribbon is a little bit better to use. I tend not to use ribbon if it's early in a catalogue because I want to use my ribbon for ribbon. But as we are about to lose some ink colours, I'm using Pineapple Punch ribbon. Because Pineapple Punch, Blueberry Bushel, Call Me Clover, Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick will all be going before certainly by the beginning of June, if not before. So if you like those colours, you need to get them now before they sell out, because there will come a point where stocks of anything with these colours in will not be replenished. Anyway, back to glue dots. So this is a new roll. I tie a piece of ribbon at this point quite tightly around my roll and just tie it in a reef knot, what I think is sometimes also called a square knot. And you then have a dispenser. Now, to begin with, that's going to be quite tight, but you want it reasonably tight at this stage so that by the time it gets to this stage, it's not just running free, because there's nothing worse than knocking this on the floor and the whole lot unrolling. It happened once at our last house where my craft room was upstairs just next to the staircase, and one of our cats decided that playing with a roll of sticky dots would be a great idea, and they literally ended up all the way down the stairs. So yes, this helps that not happen. Even at this stage where it is quite loose, it still stops it happening. And all you do is, when you've used your glue dot, is you just tear this piece off, throw it away, and you've then got a nice neat little roll. So what do you use glue dots for? Well, I've got a piece of scrapish card here, so we'll show you a few of the things. We've got these from my Heart Faceted Gems, which were part of the mini catalogue release, and in fact I've used one on my lid for some reason. But the large size of these gems are exactly the same size as one of our glue dots, so you can pop those on there. And then let me just switch over to my other, I had my other bit of tool, buried. Why am I not surprised that it's buried? And then you can just pick up, being careful not to stab yourself in the process, pick up your gem and stick it down. So great for larger gems. Pom-poms I think are out of stock at the moment, but just to show you another use, for these I would tend to take the glue dot off and put that down, and then pick up my, actually I'll use a Grapefruit Grove one because it's going to be going soon, and perfect for attaching your pom-pom, and it's well and truly secure, which, as pom-poms are fuzzy, can be a problem. So let's put the lid on that. Tropical Oasis trinkets. There's also the ones that go with the bird Bird Ballad Suite. These you can pop a glue dot on the back and add it to your project. And again, I mean, that's a heavy embellishment and that is well and truly stuck. You can use it for the cork embellishments, all sorts of embellishments. You can also use it for ribbon. So let me grab a piece of random ribbon. So this is a piece of the real red cotton ribbon. So if I want this to go round my piece of card, I can add a glue dot at one end, pop it on my card, bring it across, add a glue dot to the other end, and then line my card up on my grid paper. I really ought to do a Top Tip Tuesday on grid paper sometime, shouldn't I? Because grid paper is amazing. So line up your card, and I've got my ribbon lined up to this line, so I can just look across and line it up on the other side, and there is my piece of ribbon, beautifully tied. Now it's up a little bit, so if I wanted that to not be up, I mean, this is only because the card is a little bent, but if I wanted to make sure it wasn't flapping in the breeze, I could pop a glue dot underneath. I can also, let me grab another piece of ribbon. So if I've got this piece of ribbon and tie a bow in it, and I just want my bow to be stuck onto my project, I can tie my bow and get my glue dot, pop it on the back of my bow and pop it onto my project, and that's going to be there forever. So that's another use for your glue dot. What else can I possibly think of? If you've got a punched item, you can, let me find a punch and some card. So if I've got my flower punch, let me grab a piece of card, just a random, actually I've got some vellum that will probably do. I wouldn't normally suggest vellum with glue dots, but I've got some of the Perennial Essence vellum here. So let's punch out some petals out of the vellum. So 3 of those, and we can grab our glue dot, pop it on, twist it off, get another one because we're going to need 3, aren't we? Let's make sure I put them all on the same side. The Perennial Essence vellum has 2 sides, so there's a darker side and a lighter side. Don't know if you can see the difference between those, but I seem to be putting my glue onto the darker side, so let's continue with that. And the last one, because I like having 3 of these punches to make a flower, so we can pop one down. Now it is going to show the glue dot, but I will show you why I'm not worried in a moment. So let's just offset that a bit and then get our last one and pop that on top. And then we've got little centres for our Perennial Essence flowers. So these are Perennial Essence floral centres, which are self-adhesive, and you can just pop that in the middle, and then you don't need to worry about the fact that your glue dot shows through. Also really good for if you've got a corner of a piece of paper, so you've stuck your paper down. So let's stick our Designer Series paper down, and it's flapping in the breeze and it's catching. Again, where's my old roll? Here we go. You can grab a glue dot and just pop that underneath. So lots and lots of uses for glue dots, but as I say, the main thing is tie them together so that they don't run away from you. And then I actually have them hanging on an open ring, so I just have them hanging from, I've got a rail just there, and I just have these hanging up with my tear and tape. And then, as I say, when you've used your paper, just rip it off and throw that away. So there you are, lots and lots of uses for glue dots. Probably one of the single most useful adhesives, because it will tuck in under things and it is a permanent adhesive. So 300 glue dots, acid-free, non-toxic, self-adhesive. Thank you very much for joining me. Keep well, keep safe, wash your hands frequently and stay at home, and we'll get through this together. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, please do so by clicking the subscribe button. And do remember, if you're in the UK and need any products at all, I will be delighted to help you with those. So you can contact me either from the contacts that are in the description bar below or over on my website, and I'll have some of this information typed up on my website, which is linked below. So thank you very much and have a great day. Bye!